When you think of the Revolutionary War, there were a lot of names involved, but none more important than George Washington. From 1752 to 1758, he held ranks of major and colonial with the British militia in the French and Indian Wars. In 1763, as the French and Indian War ended, Great Britain was left with little monetary reserves. To refill these, they decided to impose new taxes on the North American colonies. Starting with the Sugar Act in 1764, which taxed imported sugar, molasses, and other goods into the American colonies. In 1765, Britain announced the first direct tax on the colonies in the Stamp Act. The colonies were furious over these taxes, citing taxation without representation was an abomination. 1767. The Townshend Acts were announced, which were a series of 4 more tax acts, stoking more outrage. Early 1770, British troops were dispatched to calm the outrage of the Townshend Acts. Colonists threw snow and oysters at the troops, triggering one to accidentally discharge his firearm, causing others to follow. 5 colonists died that day in what was termed as the Boston Massacre. Washington had stepped in, calling for a ban on English goods until taxes were dropped. The only tax left after that ban was the tea tax, so the colonies started getting most of their tea from Dutch smugglers. In 1773, when the British East India Company was in a financial drought, Great Britain levied the Tea Act to help try and sell 17 million pounds of tea. Samuel Adams and the Sons of Liberty organized a protest in Boston Harbor. They dumped over 300 chests of East India tea into the harbor, in what is referred to as the Boston Tea Party. After that, Britain levied punitive taxes for the loss and added the Quartering Act, which required the colonies to house British soldiers. The First Continental Congress was formed, and the colonies began an 8-year insurrection that changed the course of history.